Hi everyone, and welcome to another Arctic Doomer update. I wanted to start with a new segment. I've been recording a record heat tracker from the last couple weeks. I haven't done a video in a few weeks, so I just wanted to go over some of the numbers that I've been seeing. At the end of June, it was 38 Celsius, 100 degrees in Slovenia, 104 in Croatia, Fahrenheit. In Tunisia, it was 48 degrees Celsius, 119 degrees. At the end of June through the 1st of July, it was 33 Celsius in the Arctic Circle. Svalbard, the territory in Norway known for having a lot of methane activity, had its warmest June ever. Japan had a record heat wave, smashed so many records. July 4th, it was 89.2 degrees Fahrenheit, 31.8 degrees Celsius in Inuvik, which is in the Northwest Territory in Canada. It's a very high in the north of the Arctic. It was 90 degrees, so that's interesting. On the 12th of July, Galicia, Spain, it's 43.3 Celsius, 109 degrees. On the 13th, which I believe was 2 days ago, in Portugal, it was 46.3 degrees Celsius, 115. And I saw that Portugal hit 47 degrees Celsius either yesterday or today. So with all these heat waves, you can see that thickness in the Arctic is crashing from the global high com, and I'll post a link if you can't see that right there, so you can check on your own. But coincidentally, extent is still 13th lowest. It hasn't crashed. There's all these years under, and again, I'll share the link for JAXA as well. There are a number of years, including 2012, 2016, 2021, 2020, 2019, and 2011 that all have 500,000 kilometers squared or more ice extent than this year. 2020 has 1 million more kilometers of ice extent. So I wanted to think, with all these heat waves, ice thickness crashing, why is extent still not really declined the way it has in recent years? So my first thought was to look at wildfires and the smoke and the aerosol masking that major record-breaking wildfires in the Arctic have been putting up. And surely enough, in the Yukon Territory in Canada, we're having a historic wildfire season. We're well past the 25-year average for area burned. Yukon's a relatively small territory by Canadian standards. It's already burned 100,000 hectares. And if you go to the neighboring Northwest Territory, more of that territory has been burned by wildfires so far this season than all of last year. It's about 250,000 hectares have already been burned this year, and that's 100,000 more than all of 2021. And then if you go over to the American side in Alaska, you could see by this Mother Jones article, Alaska is headed for an epic fire season. I've read that Alaska has already had over 1.5 million acres burned this year so far. Really interesting fact, in June of 2022, more acreage was burned in that 1 month than the entire year of 2020 and 2021 put together. So 1 month of fires equaled more than 24 whole months of fires. If that's not exponential change happening in real time, I don't know what is. So of course, with all these record, and here's a site called smoke.alaska.edu that I'll also share that has a number of little pinpoints where you can see. So the red ones are all major fires, and that's a lot of major fires, 2,500 acres or larger. The little blue dots are minor fires, and then the yellow dots are significant fires too. So that's a lot of area burning right now in Alaska. And if we take a look at Earth Null School, in the particulate section, we can see, and again, I'll share this link as well, because these aren't really coming up great on the video, and I want to be brief. So there's a lot of particulates right over where I was just showing the map of Alaska fires. If you look at the sulfate levels, the aerosols, they seem to be getting picked up in the spinning of the jet streams and getting distributed over the Arctic. So that might lead to some answer as to why we haven't had an extent crash. I think it's still very possible that we see a record low, potentially even going under 1 million. There's 2 whole months left of the melt season still. We just have to stay tuned and see what happens from here. Fires can outlast the ocean heating and the soot that darkens the ice and melts it faster from those same fires. So thank you for checking this out. Make sure to like and subscribe if you thought it was interesting. It was this fun way to talk about, things that are killing the biosphere. I don't know, something like that. We'll check in soon.